Yeah, hi folks, this is Martin from the photoacademy.eu, and in this video tutorial I have a little tip to you about the new Topaz photoFXlab. And at first, this is for special effects, like the name is saying. You have a bunch of effects here you can choose from, and which of these effects are open to you depends on which program you already own from Topaz. So if you have all, you can use everything, or if you only have some of them, you can use them. You can as well start each plugin by its own. It's no problem to use each plugin. And you can also choose a special color tone from another photo. You can search on the web, like on the 500px. So if you have a nice color effect, you see there on one of the photos, you can choose this color effect from this photo over to your photo. So that is a color shift onto it. Yeah, and some of the people are asking me, is this all? Can I only use the Topaz plugins or only use these effects? Let's say if I only own Topaz Adjust. So I have a few numbers of these effects that I can use. No, that's not true. You can use a lot more with this new program, photoFXlab. I close down the sidebar, fit my window here. I have already one image open, like you will do if you want to use one of the effects. Here on the right hand side you have a bunch of tabs, adjustments, brushes, tools and masks. And these tabs are very helpful even if you're not using effects or plugins, because of this layer panel here. So if I open another file, let's say we take this file here and we take it down underneath the first one. Let's say I want to change the sky, the clouds here from this image, and I want to use these ones. This is no problem, and you can change adjustments like temperature, tint, saturation, exposure, contrast, dynamics. You can use local brushes for dodge and burn, saturation, smooth and detail, so you can sharpen areas with, for example, the detail brush. You set up your detail, and then with a smaller brush size and a good edge aware, so that the painting is only where your crosshair are, you can brush in, go to 101. With the space bar you have your hand tool, so you can move your view, and with this brush you can brush in sharpness to your image. This is only for you to know what you can do with it. I'm not going through all of it and not sharpen very well, not doing the fine-tune of it, but only that you know what's going on, so that you have a sharper foreground. You can change the hardness of the brush size. You can go into more details or more smoothness, so that you can paint blurriness. Flow is like the same, you have brushes from Photoshop or so. I don't want to go into it. Edge aware is what I said to you, that color you have your crosshair on is the area you will sharpen, not another area. So if you're outside of your green color for this grass, you only sharpen your grass and not the water. This is for the edge aware. It's on full power or nothing. So 0 or 1 is very easy, everything in between. You have tools. I will come back to this later on. And you have your masking tool. And this masking brush also have the edge aware. So I can go into paint with black. On the left side of the slide it's black. On the right hand side it's white, like 255. That's full white, or 0, that's full black. You have your brush size, the hardness of this brush, and the edge aware. So if you want to paint out this sky here, I recommend to do this with the full edge aware on and a very small brush and a little bit of a smoothness. You have to try it by your own. What's best for you? It depends on the images, which contrast you have between the two lines, the contrast line here and the different colors. So if one color is bleeding into another, it might be good to go into 100%. Choose a very small brush, a very hard brush, or something in between. But for this, I already know this will be a good amount to do the fast work only for this video. Then you can go into your mask here and you can paint across this line from the trees to the clouds, and mostly on the first you might have an halo, so it can be good to go around some areas in the 100% view and just clicking, or you're dragging another time and do it twice or more times, depends on your image. The only you have to be aware of is the crosshair, so that you have your crosshair in the colors of the sky, so that you're not going into the greens of the cloud. And then you can shut off the edge aware, choose a bigger brush, very hard brush for this, and you go around here so that you have more space, and then you can choose a very big brush and paint only the rest of the image so that you have a nice black color on the upper part of the image. After that, you're done. You have a nice area here. Maybe you need to zoom in 100% and tweak it a little bit more, but let's say that's good for this video. Then you can go back to your tools. You can scale the other image. You can move the clouds if you want to. Let's say I want to have something like this. And you can do adjustments to it. Let's say I want to have more dynamic, go down with the exposure, a little bit more of a saturation, a little more of a bluish tone, and this I will do to the other image as well. A little bit more of a yellow tone, more saturation, more contrast, more dynamic, and a little bit more of an exposure contrast, something like this. So that is matching the other image. You get the point. You have a lot more adjustments here. You can get down with the whites, for example, or with the highlights. You can open up shadows if you want to. You can set the black point for this image. So you have a lot of choices here with the adjustment panel, the adjustment tab, and all the other tabs. So it's not only using effects or plugins with photoFXlab, it's also good if you don't have something like Photoshop. You can work with layers, you can change areas of a layer, and you have the full power of the edge-aware masking brush of this photoFXlab program. Yeah, this is the tip for you. I hope you like it. Thanks for watching and see you.